We think we know the Great Pyramid of Giza. We see it on postcards and in movies. It stands under the hot Egyptian sun, a giant triangle of stone. For thousands of years, people have said it is a tomb. It was a final resting place for a powerful pharaoh named Khufu. But is that the whole story? I have traveled the world and explored countless ancient sites. I have learned that the simple story is often not the complete one. When I stand before this monument, I feel a deep sense of mystery. It feels like the pyramid is holding a secret, one that has been silent for a very long time, just waiting for us to ask the right questions. The desert wind blows sand across the Giza plateau. This wind has seen empires rise and fall. It has watched as generations of explorers tried to unlock the pyramid's mysteries. The stones are silent witnesses. They don't have carvings like other Egyptian tombs. There are no grand stories of gods and kings on the walls inside. This silence is strange. It makes you wonder, why build something so massive, so perfect, and leave it empty of the usual decorations? It's like building the world's greatest library but leaving all the books blank. That's a clue, a big one, telling us to look deeper and question everything we thought we knew. Imagine you are an ancient traveler seeing the pyramid for the first time. Let's talk about size. The Great Pyramid is enormous. It's made of about 2.3 million stone blocks. Some of these blocks weigh as much as a truck. Think about that for a moment. They didn't have modern cranes or powerful machines. They had ropes, sleds, the strength of human hands. How did they lift these heavy stones so high? How did they place them so perfectly? The blocks fit together so tightly that you can't even slide a piece of paper between them. This isn't just good building, it's master-level engineering that would be difficult even today. It makes you wonder what they knew that we have forgotten. The sheer scale of the project is mind-boggling. It has been said that it took over 20 years to build. Thousands of workers would have been needed. They had to cut the stones from quarries. Some quarries were hundreds of miles away. They had to transport them to the site and lift them into place. The logistics alone are a work of genius. They created a mountain of stone in the middle of the desert. This wasn't just a building, it was a statement. It required planning, organization, a deep understanding of mathematics and engineering. Why go to all that trouble for a simple grave? When you step inside the Great Pyramid, the heat of the desert disappears. You are surrounded by cool, silent stone. The air is still and heavy. You walk through a long, narrow passage that goes down into the bedrock. It's called the Descending Passage. It's a tight squeeze. The low ceiling makes you feel the immense weight of the pyramid above you. This passage leads to a rough, unfinished room known as the subterranean chamber. It looks like the workers just stopped one day. Why was it left incomplete? From the descending passage, another tunnel branches off, this time going up. This is the ascending passage. It was originally blocked by huge granite plugs. It took a lot of effort for early explorers to get around them. Who were they trying to keep out? Or what were they trying to keep in? This passage leads you higher into the heart of the pyramid. The journey is steep and difficult. It feels like you are climbing through the guts of some ancient sleeping creature. The walls are smooth and bare, no paintings, no hieroglyphs. Nothing to tell you where you are or what this place was for. The silence is deafening. What if the most important parts of the pyramid are the ones we haven't found yet? For centuries, people have dreamed of secret chambers filled with treasure, filled with knowledge. This isn't just fantasy. Modern science has given us new ways to look inside the stone without drilling a single hole. In recent years, scientists have used a technology called muography. It uses tiny particles from space called muons. These particles can pass through stone. By measuring how many get through, scientists can find empty spaces or voids. It's like taking an X-ray of the pyramid. This technology has led to some incredible discoveries. In 2017, a team of scientists announced they had found a huge hidden void. It's located right above the Grand Gallery. This space is massive, at least 100 feet long. It's as big as a passenger airplane. They call it the Scan Pyramid's Big Void. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's one big room or a series of smaller ones. We have no way to get inside it, but its discovery proves that the pyramid still has secrets. It's a tantalizing clue that there is more to the internal structure than we ever imagined. The Big Void is not the only potential hidden space. The idea of secret rooms is not new. Ancient texts sometimes speak of hidden places within the pyramid. Herodotus wrote of underground chambers linked to the Nile by a canal. He claimed the pharaoh was buried on an island, surrounded by water, beneath his pyramid. No such chamber has been found, but the stories inspired explorers. Could there be another level buried in the bedrock we've missed? One enduring mystery: the shafts in the Queen's chamber. In 1993, a small robot was sent up one shaft. After about 200 feet, it stopped. It was blocked by a small stone door with two copper handles. A door sealed for thousands of years, deep inside the pyramid. What was behind it? In 2002, a team drilled a hole through the door. They pushed a camera through and found a small empty space. Then another door. This deepened the mystery. Why seal a tiny passage with multiple doors? Theories are everywhere. Some Egyptologists say the shafts are symbolic, pointing to stars for the pharaoh's spirit. If so, why are they blocked? Others suggest ventilation, but the shafts don't open to the outside. A radical idea. Part of a plumbing or chemical system. The copper handles are a clue. Copper is a good conductor of electricity. Were the handles part of an electrical circuit? The Grand Gallery is one of the most mysterious parts of the pyramid. Let's really look at it. It's a long, tall corridor that leads up to the king's chamber. The walls are made of polished limestone and they rise at a steep angle. The ceiling is over 28 feet high, made of overlapping stones in a style called corbelling. It's an architectural marvel, but it doesn't make sense as a simple hallway. It is far too big and too complicated for that. The design feels intentional and functional. It feels like this gallery was built to do something, not just to be walked through. Along the sides of the gallery there are ramps, and on these ramps there are slots cut into the stone at regular intervals. There are 27 pairs of these slots. What were they for? The standard theory is that they held wooden beams used to help move the giant granite blocks up to the king's chamber during construction. But if that's true, why are they so perfectly finished? Why make them a permanent part of such a magnificent gallery? Let's explore this idea of a power plant further. What if the pyramid wasn't built to honor a dead king, but to generate and transmit energy? This is a fringe theory, but it's one that tries to explain many of the pyramid's anomalies. The theory starts with the location. The Giza Plateau is full of limestone, which contains a lot of water. It sits on top of underground aquifers. The theory suggests the pyramid could have used the movement of this underground water to create vibrations, or what's called piezoelectricity, from the quartz crystals in the granite chambers. It would be tapping into the natural energy of the earth itself. Imagine the pyramid as a giant circuit. The subterranean chamber, deep in the bedrock, might have been where the process started. Vibrations from the earth or the movement of water could have been focused there. These vibrations would then travel up through the pyramid's structure. The Queen's Chamber and King's Chamber, built with that special Aswan granite, would have been at the center of this process. The granite, rich in quartz, could convert these vibrations into energy. The shafts leading out of the chambers might not have been for the king's soul, but for channeling chemicals or gases needed for the reaction. Close your eyes and listen. Stand in the desert at night and you can hear the wind. It whispers across the sand and whistles around the corners of the great stones. For thousands of years, this has been the only sound. But what if there was a time when the pyramid itself made a noise? If it was a machine, it wouldn't have been silent. It would have hummed. A low, deep thrumming sound would have filled the air around it. This sound would have come from deep within the stone, a vibration you could feel in your bones as much as you could hear with your ears. Imagine being inside the machine when it was running. In the Grand Gallery, the sound would have been immense. The resonators in their slots would be vibrating, creating a chorus of sound that filled the huge space. The high, corbelled ceiling would focus this sound, making it louder and more powerful. It would not be a musical sound, but a powerful, industrial hum. It would be the noise of immense energy being gathered and directed. The air would crackle. You would feel the power all around you, a physical force pushing on your body. The smooth walls would feel alive, pulsing with the energy they contained. In the king's chamber, the sound would change. The energy focused from the Grand Gallery would hit the granite box. We have walked through the Great Pyramid, not as tourists, but as investigators. We have looked at the impossible scale of its construction. We have explored its strange, empty chambers, and its undecorated walls. We have seen the evidence of hidden voids, and mysterious sealed-off passages. We have weighed the official story of a tomb against the radical idea of a giant machine. The pyramid does not give up its secrets easily. For every question we answer, two more appear. The Giza Plateau is a crime scene 4,500 years old, and the main witness is made of stone. The evidence for the pyramid as a machine is circumstantial. It's a collection of anomalies that don't fit the tomb theory. The precision engineering, the choice of materials like granite, the strange internal design of the Grand Gallery, and the empty sarcophagus all point to something more. The discovery of hidden voids with modern technology proves we're far from understanding the complete structure. These clues are tantalizing. They invite us to keep looking, to keep questioning, and to be open to the possibility that the ancients were far more advanced than we give them credit for. So, what was the Great Pyramid? As long as there are sealed doors to open and hidden chambers to find, the expedition is not over.